She didn't bring me anything?
Sure. Is this liquor? What are we doing here?
Oh, that's...
liquor.
All right. You don't even know her. Anyway, go ahead.
Jeff.
Yes, sir.
We're back.
Unbelievable.
Look at
this.
this.
It would never happen.
But we didn't have a studio like this the last time.
No, it was a lot smaller.
Absolutely excited to be doing this with you again.
Yeah, it's fun.
You know, we want to first off thank Media Zone for having us here at this awesome studio with this backdrop, the mics, we got Joe Boo in the house, we got some rum,
a cigar.
I mean, it's Diamond Deals. It's Diamond Deals podcast. We're back on the air. We're back doing what we loved. It's going to be fun.
It should be.
I can't thank you enough for agreeing to do this with me, man. I mean,
it's awesome.
It is really, really cool to see how far we've evolved over the years.
We did this 10 years ago, man. That's how long ago that was.
It's been 10 years already?
10 years, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Father of two, father of...
Well, I have...
one, and then...
three kids, yeah.
Life
moved on, so we had to become adults all of a sudden. We couldn't play on the radio.
Why do we have to become adults? I want to go back to playing baseball at the Little League field, Boynton Beach Little League field, where we first met at 8 years old.
Yeah, I was 8, you were 9. Yeah.
Why was I older?
Because you're a year older than me.
Don't mention that.
You look better than me, I'll give you that.
Well, that I agree with.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, I look like a younger version of John Candy, but everything's fine.
I don't know about John Candy.
All right, Chris Farley or...
maybe.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Look, like I said, we want to thank all of our listeners. We want to thank everybody that is going to make this possible for us. We're going to have some really cool stuff coming up here as we continue on every Thursday.
Yeah.
From 5 to 6. We will be live on the air on IG at the studio, coming to you with guests. I'm going to bring some of my clients on, and we'll get into that a little bit.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
And, we're just going to have a good time. Look, we're going to come here. No pressure.
No.
This is not our job.
No.
We love doing it.
We were good at it back then.
We are actually physically watching our boys evolve together and grow up together.
Yeah.
This is all fun stuff, man.
It's been fun, man.
I want to go back to being 11 years old again and on that 50-70 field. It wasn't even called 50-70 back then. Who came up with that?
I don't know. And I actually had somebody ask me that last night. Why do we call it that? And I know I'm supposed to know the answer. I'm assuming base path and pitcher's mound. I don't know.
Well, that's obviously what it is. But yes, I mean, but I don't understand why we had.
Yeah.
Well, I don't correct you.
You can. That's fine. Because okay,
let me correct you.
Yeah, very good.
No, I think it came around when they started having to physically, from a travel ball standpoint.
Yeah.
Little League had to step their game up a little bit, per se.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think they came out with it, because you had...
Wasn't it just Little League when we played?
It was just Little League.
That's
you had T-ball.
Yep.
Then you had coach pitch.
Yeah.
You still have that today. You have minors.
Yeah.
But you had majors.
That's what it was.
Majors division.
Yeah.
And then everybody went away.
Yeah.
And the ballers went up to 60-90.
That's right.
The big field.
Yeah.
Field number 1. I remember that like it was yesterday, dude.
It was fun times, man.
Bethesda Hospital was our giving them a shout out here at the show.
You're welcome.
No problem. So, look, again, we're going to have fun. We're going to just kick back. Our friends that we've grown up with will probably come on.
Yeah.
Guys, like I said, that I represent, just people within the community.
Yeah. That'd be awesome. Yeah.
We're just going to have a blast.
Just have a good time with it.
That's it. Just have a good time.
Agreed.
So, look, I heard some really cool news.
Okay.
You broke your cherry.
Oh, my championship.
You started coaching. This is not the first year.
No, I started in coach pitch. Yeah.
But you started coaching by yourself without Jackson.
This year. Yeah.
He didn't want to play rec for the fall, but he's going to come back.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you went 16-0.
16-0.
That's impressive, my friend.
Thank you. I said to my dad, actually I said to him yesterday, I said, I guess I'm like the Don Shula of Little League Baseball since he went 17-0. Listen, you can't do it without a special group of kids.
Yeah.
And it's funny is when I drafted that team, I even told my assistant coach, Jamie, who, again, he's another one, dude. If I don't have him, I don't know what I would have done.
All right.
But I told him, I said, this group that I just drafted will win the championship. And when after our third win of the season, we were 3-0, and I made a deal with every one of those players that if you can go the full distance and go 16, well, it's supposed to be 17 because we missed a game. So 16-0.
Yep.
We will take all of you to 2 Georges instead of having some pizza party. We're going to go do big boy stuff.
Yeah.
So that's what they fought for. That's what they wanted. That's what they get on Sunday.
Wow.
So, yeah, it'll be fun, man. It was awesome. It was great to see them. But, what's funny thing is, too, Phil, and I think you're probably a good person that would understand what I tried to just instruct to these kids, is to win with class. And if you go back, and I actually watched the video, I think I still have it on my phone. Jamie's wife sent me the video of it, of us winning the game.
Mm-hmm.
And when the kids were done, not one glove was thrown, not one hat was thrown, not cheering and hugging and everything else. They ran right to the line, walked up and put their hands out and just started high-fiving the other team and walked back to the dugout. It's win with class, man. And that's what I instilled in them. Mm-hmm. And hopefully they take that on. I do have one kid that's going to the big league. He's going to senior league next season. So I was glad for him. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
But yeah.
Look, here, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say, look, no holds barred, man.
Mm-hmm.
At all. No holds barred. We're going right after it. I'm going to talk my mind. I'm going to speak. A lot of things have happened over the last 3-4 years, but a lot of things have happened to us over the last 10 years in general.
Yeah.
But the truth of the matter is what I liked about what you accomplished is you brought the old style back.
Yeah,
you brought the old style back of coaching. You brought the fun back into the game. Mm-hmm. The kids had a blast. They went 16-0. They got some rings, which is what it's all about today. We got to get a ring.
Got to get rings.
Got to get rings.
Oh.
Look, I want to give the kids rings. I want them to earn something. But, again, how things have evolved over the years and the participation stuff and it's just not how we played.
No.
If I lost, man, you didn't want to talk to me for weeks. If I wasn't asking where the ring was when we lost.
Exactly. And if I lost and you handed me a trophy, I threw it in the trash on the way out the door.
Right. Well, I didn't want to disrespect it like that. Look, if somebody's going to give me something, I'm going to respect it. I want to respect the game. I want to respect everything about the competition of it.
Yeah.
But I wasn't happy and I wasn't asking for a ring. I was upset that we just lost.
Correct.
I was upset that we lost. And not only was I upset we lost, I was figuring out a way before I got to the car how we were going to win next time.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's just a different generation, right? Like, I mean,
you said it.
The biggest problem, like, I mean, you got with my parents, especially, I mean, my dad played, your dad played sports. So
he did?
I don't know. Maybe
he's too short to play sports.
That's a good point. Yeah. But
I was better.
I don't disagree with that, but he was a good hot dog maker. But I will say though,
the best in Moyne.
But like my dad played sports and you've been around sports your whole life. And it was, that's all you had. You didn't have phones and we didn't have tablets and we didn't have computers.
Nope.
It was, you were outside, and if you figured out real quick whether or not you could play a sport or not, like to this day, if somebody asks me to play soccer, I'm going to tell you I'm leaving the freaking building. I can't do it. Not number one, because I'm fat now, but even back then when I was young and in shape, it wasn't for me.
Right.
And that's where I think a lot of it is, especially more with rec than it is with travel.
Yeah.
I think travel is your competition, but I think rec is where they figure out, is this really for me or is this not? You know what I mean? And I have, like I said, I had a special group of kids, man. And I had one kid on my team where I had the parent tell me that he was probably not coming back. And they showed up and they did what they did. And obviously we changed his mind. Like now he's looking to come back next season. But the season before, it was just poorly ran in my book.
Yep.
And it hurt him in the long run. So I had to change his mind. That's a hard thing to do, to change an 11-year-old's mind to stay with something that you don't know if you want to play or not.
No,
and
I agree.
And I think
but you didn't force him.
No, I did not.
Well, that's a lot what's going on today too. I've watched it.
Yeah, it's a lot of this. And really, I go back to not so much the kids. It's all on the parents, man.
Absolutely.
It's 100% on the parents.
Absolutely.
And it's how you parent your child. I'm not telling anybody. Trust me, I'm not telling anybody how to parent.
Tell our audience.
I'm not telling anybody how to parent your child.
No, don't tell them that.
But if they don't want to play, then don't make them play.
Right.
It's just not for them, man.
No.
So that's just how I live. But yeah, I couldn't have been happier for those kids, man. It was a special moment, man.
Yeah, look, I haven't coached in a long time, and we'll get into a little bit of that too. But it's a great feeling when you take a group of kids and get them to the end of the season, and then see the success and the development of those kids the whole way through.
100%.
That's to me, that was the best part about coaching, was not only the life friendships that I've made over the years. And I mean, I'm friends with Andrew Hillman. I coached that kid. His mom is Dominic's godmother.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So those are the lifelong relationships that I've made on those fields. Right. Yeah. But what really was important to me is that I always remembered what it was about at the end of the day. Didn't like to lose, hated to lose.
Yeah.
I'm a competitor to the bone, but I knew how to lose. I knew how to lose. I knew how to understand the loss, but grow from it. We lost that somewhere. And in my opinion.
Yeah, and it really is, because you can see it, especially on certain games. And again, we had, like I said, I'm just using this season as an example, but I mean, I've seen it in coach pitch, and I've seen it in minors, and now I've seen it in 50-70. But and I've seen it in travel, man. I mean, Jackson plays travel, and it's like, some of these kids just get I don't know. I guess it's just like, again, we say a different generation. It is a different generation. We didn't have feelings involved. It was, if we lost, we were pissed. We were pissed because we lost. But we weren't pissed because of we didn't get a ring. Yes.
We were pissed that
I got beat.
We got beat.
And now I got to figure out how I can come back and beat them.
And how is my coach going to figure that out?
Exactly.
Or me as the coach, how was I figuring out how to get to the promised land?
Yeah.
How was I figuring out how to make my kids feel like now we're the champs?
Yeah.
How do you get to the championship circle?
Yeah. And again, like when I did minors last season, the season before, I outcoached myself my first season there. I mean, I played against a team that was probably the best team in the league, and we were the second best team in the league.
Yep.
And I outcoached myself, and I was told a score from one person, and then I was told a score from another person, because I maybe that's probably my biggest fault as a coach, is I don't ever know what the score is. And
you're not supposed to look at the scoreboard,
and I don't want to know what it is. So
and now today you got the phone and everything else. People are texting me, and hey man, I'm watching in your live.
After about 3 or 4 innings, I'll look over at one of the coaches or one of the parents and go, "Hey, what is the score?"
Right,
and they'll tell me. I'm like, okay. So then I have an idea of what I want to do. But in that moment of the day in that game, I was told we were up 6, and then I was told we were up 4, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to go with the 6 because that sounds a lot better. And we were up 4, and I pitched somebody that's really never pitched, and because I'm just stalling the game, because I'm thinking I'll just stall the game, man, it's over. And everybody's going, what is he doing? And he walked 5 runs in, and we lost. And that's when it was one of those where I said I'd never let that happen again. I go back the next season to the championship again, and I had to beat the team twice, beat them once, and just fell apart the second time. And I said, you know what? The next time I go to this stupid game, I'm not going into having to beat somebody twice. They're going to have to beat me twice. And that's how I went into this season. And that's how I wanted to do it. And that's how it happened.
No. You learn, though.
You do learn.
You learn a lot.
You learn a lot.
I'll tell you a lot of things that I learned over the years, and then getting to where I am at today with, being an agent, we're at MLB, and something I'm very proud about. I'm not bragging. I worked hard to get to where I am today.
Absolutely.
And, a lot of it was because of the fields that we grew up on, because there was goals there.
Yeah.
I had goals. All right. Now, was I 100% sure that I was going to meet those goals? No, but I had goals. And all I knew that I wanted to make baseball part of my life.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know if I wanted to do a podcast. I didn't know if I wanted to do a radio show. I didn't know if I wanted to coach. I didn't know if I wanted to make baseball a part of my life somehow, some way.
Yep.
Right. So here I am figuring out my life, being a DJ, working at Snapple, at Budweiser, Coors Light, whatever else we did when we were growing up, and get to the point where we became adults and had to get jobs. I got a job at 14 years old. My father said, here's your Schwinn, and there's over there is Publix, and drive your bike over there and start bagging groceries at 14 years old and get tips.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. But what I knew is that I always wanted baseball a part of my life. And when I got to that point and said, oh, wait, I could probably make this happen. Now, I didn't play at high level. I didn't play college baseball.
Yep.
I didn't play it in pros, obviously, because I didn't play in college baseball. I didn't play in the pros.
Yep.
But I had a love and a passion for this game, and something that triggered in my mind at one point in my life is that don't ever let anybody tell you no.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, when that triggered, watch out.
It's a game changer, man.
No, game changer is not, Jeff. The word is determined.
Yeah.
I was determined to make something out of my life. No matter what anybody said to me, no, yes, it didn't matter. I was going to prove them wrong some way, somehow, in a positive way, not in like, haha, I told you so.
Right.
I was going to prove you wrong, that you couldn't tell me what I was going to do with my life.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to tell you what I was going to do with my life, because I had goals and I had dreams and I had determination in my heart and my soul to go after things that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And, it's a life lesson as a coach. You're coaching now. I haven't coached in years, but I am an agent now, and we also have a great travel league together. You're on our board, and all great awesome. Thanks to all of our supporters out there for the Florida East Coast Travel League.
Yeah,
FLETL, better known as FLETL. We got playoffs going on tonight. We're leaving the set here and then going straight to playoffs.
Yep,
crowning some champions tonight too. But when I got to this point in my life, I realized nobody was going to tell me no, but also I was going to do something to give back.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know what that is, right? We're doing the East Point Little League project.
Yep.
Despite a lot of people trying to say, nope, you're not doing it. Or I'm just going to lie and say all these wonderful things about you. And, hi, Jessica Ferguson. We're going to put so much hate into a great project just because we don't like this individual for whatever reason. Never given him a reason not to like me.
Mm-hmm.
Promise you that. I've tried to do everything I can to make people understand why I'm doing what I'm doing and how much those fields meant to us growing up, right? So here we are 4 years down the road and we're getting ready to break ground.
Yeah,
despite them trying to do everything they could to stop the project. And they're not going to stop the project. You know why? That word I told you earlier. Determination. I'm determined to make sure these kids get something great that we should have been able to enjoy, but nobody ever stepped up to the plate to do that for us. No pun intended. But we were determined to do well in our lives, be great fathers.
Yeah.
Okay. I was determined to be a better father than my father was. And we know that story, right?
Yeah.
So all these things that have happened in my life and evolving and seeing how my kids are growing up and how much they are good individuals and how people praise them. It was so funny when all this stuff was going on and people were saying, oh, he's such a bad guy, especially a bad guy. But I love his kid. Well, let me ask you a question. Excuse my language. Who the fuck raised him? He didn't get raised by wolves. I'm the one that's raising him with my beautiful wife, Sheila.
Yeah.
That's who's raising him. So if I'm raising him and she's raising him, where's he getting all these great,
the traits from, yeah.
What is he getting all these great traits? Where is he becoming a good individual to his teammates, to adults, and the way we were we walked into a house, bro, don't even sit on the couch, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you went over and said hello to the parents.
That's right.
Yeah.
Go say hello, Connie and Butch.
Yeah.
First thing I did.
Yeah.
Butch.
Still do.
Butchie. Oh, but
yeah.
I got to say hello to Butch.
Yeah, you got it.
Love Connie.
Yeah.
Butchie.
Yeah. It's funny, like you said about your dad, that you wanted to be a better father than your dad was. And I always said if I could just be half of the dad that my dad was for me,
yep,
I would do fine. And it's funny. I actually told a guy last night.
I don't want to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Your father is the epitome of a family man.
Yeah.
Always has been.
Yeah.
So I'm giving you props because you became who your father was to you.
Yeah. I tried.
I had a fight and I'm not trying to go out,
you're fine.
tit for tat. I had a fight to make sure I didn't end up like my father.
Yeah.
Truthfully.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not no holds barred. I'll call it like I see it.
Yeah.
This is me. This is who I am. Love it or leave it. And I want you to love it because I'm a good person inside. I have a good heart. And I've tried so hard in my life to do things to make sure I didn't end up a certain way.
Yeah.
And I was determined to do certain things to better myself and better the community and better baseball and do all this stuff. Yet we're going to have hatred towards a person because, oh, I'm sorry, my pocket got messed up because I'm AJ and I'm taking money from the fields. Like, I'm doing all this stuff and I'm doing, lessons and everything else. How many lessons did you do this year, Jeff?
None.
How many times you coach?
How many times have I coached?
How many games did you play?
16.
How many lessons did you do after those games or before those games?
None.
How many times did you teach those kids?
Well, every time at the practice, but that's about it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know why? Because you had a love for the game. You had a love for helping people.
Yeah.
Right? It's not about money.
No.
And look, man, we all have to survive. I get it. I'm not hating on AJ because he makes money at the field. I'm not hating on anybody. I'm hating on the fact that you're hating on me for trying to do something good and better my life and help out kids. But yet you want to make money and doing the same thing I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Nobody was giving me a dime to build that field. I got to do it all or build up that complex. I got to do it all on my own.
Yeah.
So again, this is a no holds barred show, guys. Forgive me. No animosity. It's all love. I wish we all could just sit down one day again. Seriously, sit down again and figure out how we can move forward in a positive direction instead of doing the crap that we're doing right now.
I don't disagree with you.
I mean, seriously, if AJ and Jessica Ferguson came up to me right now today, I would basically say, let's sit down and let's talk. Why? Because I don't have any hate. Just why are you hating on me? What did I do?
Yeah.
Because I came in here to try to better this place?
Yeah.
And you didn't do it or you didn't think of it? I'm sorry. That's not my fault.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, let's go on to another topic.
Well, so anyway, being that you're an agent, you've been an agent for how long?
I've been an agent. It's going on 14 years now.
Okay. So winter meetings are coming up.
Ooh. Yes, I am leaving to Nashville.
Now, when is that?
Well, I leave on Saturday. I leave Saturday to go to Nashville. One of my favorite places. Yeah, this Saturday,
Okay.
December 2nd.
Right.
The winter meetings actually start on Sunday night. Check in and all that stuff, but I always get out there a day early just to get myself
Right.
familiarized with where everything is at, and this year I've had my experience with this place too. It's a beautiful place during the holidays, but it's huge. It's the Gaylord Opryland in Nashville,
nice.
Tennessee, and it's beautiful.
All right.
Awesome place, great vibe, but huge, and it's hard to find people. So I always go, whether it's there or not, I always go a day early just to kind of look at it. But this place especially because they're so spread out. It's like, one big city inside a hotel. It's pretty big.
Now, at these winter meetings, like I said, we were talking off the show, off the air, I should say. Kids all know what winter meetings are. They all understand that it takes place with the agents get together and they meet with other teams and on and on and on. What exactly does go on there? I mean, what do you meet about? I mean, just an idea. You don't have to give in.
Well, we meet at the bar and actually, truthfully, that it's kind of like that also because a lot of the deals are what do they say on the golf course, right?
Yeah.
Most of the deals are done on a golf course. Well, a lot of deals at winter meetings are done at the bar.
Yeah.
Because everybody's surrounded around each other and we're talking and then all of a sudden somebody says something and we're like, ooh, that might be a good thing. But a lot of what we do is we meet with vendors and, Nike and New Balance and Under Armour and 44 gloves and all the top brands to solicit our clients for the upcoming year, right? Get endorsement deals. And then, I've had this happen to me. Guys get traded in the middle of it. When I was representing Jabari Blash before he retired, he got traded to the Yankees, which was crazy for me at that time.
Yeah.
But I knew this was a bad trade, honestly. Yeah. I went up to Brian Cashman's to his suite. As God is my witness. And I, look, man, again, I'm an agent. I have to carry myself in a specific way. But when you walk up to Brian Cashman and you worship the Yankees your entire life, and now you're walking upstairs and getting ready to talk about your player that just got traded, it's a little surreal. So you got to compose yourself. And you got to handle it right. You got to handle it professionally. So, Brian, how you doing? Bubba, good to meet you. If at that time I already met him, but that's the way you got to conduct yourself. So, so there's all kinds of different things going on, trades and big signings. And you got show me the money, Ohtani. He's going to get paid this year. That guy gets paid, Jeff. Get paid, baby. I wish he was my client. But he's not. Yeah. So I wish him well.
Yeah. I mean, if he wants to join on, feel free.
Oh, I'll listen.
If he's listening live.
Warner Sports Management. Right here at your service. So.
Now, if you had to guess, though, I mean, this is off record, obviously, because nobody knows where it's going.
We're off record. We're on live. We're live. We're live, callers.
But, it's off record because, nobody knows where anybody's going right now.
Oh, true.
So where do you think he goes? Give me two teams. Where does he go?
I know you're putting me on their gun. I think Texas gets them.
Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, look, Texas, like, why wouldn't they?
Yeah, they got the money. They got the money.
They got a stadium.
I know a lot of Yankee fans say that he's going to New York. I don't see that he goes to New York.
No. He wants to stay kind of on that side.
Yeah.
He wants to, I think that's why I say Texas, because I think that's the furthest he would go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that.
Maybe the Astros.
That's who I thought. That was my pick. I hate to say it because I'm not an Astros guy.
No, I'm not.
But
I mean, you know what, Jeff? I'm a guy of any guy or any team my guy's on.
Yeah.
Why? Because that's the team that pays him, that pays me.
100%.
So I love everybody.
Yeah.
No matter. 30 clubs, it doesn't matter. Actually, more than that. 30 clubs, plus another 12 in Japan, plus another 10 in Korea, plus another 6 in Taiwan. I do it all. I've been doing it all for 6 years now. I've been doing it for 14. I mean, I did Justin Smoke's deal. I did Will Craig's deal. I did Neftali Soto's deal. I did Tyler Epler, JB Wendelkin, Jarrell Cotton. I've done a lot of deals over there, man. It's a good area to do deals when you're competing against guys like Scott Boras.
Yeah. And
they're trying to get everybody and wrap them up. And I mean, I remember one winter meetings, Scott made like $46 million, not in salary, commission.
Good Lord.
In the Lord of a commission. He made $46 million the same year with Garrett Cole, with Randone.
Yeah, I remember that.
Well, those are all his guys.
Those are all his guys. Yeah.
I mean, $46 million?
Yeah.
I walked by him in the lobby. I'm like, Scott, can I hold $1 million?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, you ain't gonna miss it.
Yeah, he ain't gonna know what's going on.
Can I have one of those guys that you just got $200 million for?
Yeah.
What's one? I only want one.
That's unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. He's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, he put the A in agency.
Yeah.
Agent. Come on. He's a lifer. He's 60 plus years old at this point, And I've had some great mentors in my career too, and Chuck Berry and Charles Berry. Chuck Berry, it sounds funny, but yes, his real name was Chuck Berry.
I know who it is. Yeah,
and he's a good dude, and but Scott talks, people listen. Some people hate him.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
But
I've heard some
talks, people listen, man.
But yeah. Now I guess that's going to piggyback onto my next question to an agent. So I guess the way I hate to put Jerry Maguire as a movie, but
don't give no money, Jerry.
Everybody knows agent movies and they all think of Jerry Maguire,
well, it's
right?
nothing like Jerry Maguire.
But I get that. But when he says about focusing more on your client, so having less clients makes it a little more fun for you as far as an agent and the client, because they have that more one-on-one thing where you're not just rotating through. I mean, is that for real, or is that? I learned
not to cut you off. Go ahead, finish your question.
No, that was it.
That was it.
You're good.
I'm good. No, you're good.
Thank you.
You're the best. I don't even like to be the host. Yeah, you were the host at that time.
You're fine, buddy.
All right,
you're doing a great job.
I'm doing a great job. Thank you.
Doing a great job.
This guy, Mike, he's like, yeah, these guys are not going to know what to talk about. What's your topics? We could talk for like 6 hours, Mike, and never shut up. But to answer your question, look, the things that I learned along the way were more didn't always mean better.
Mm-hmm.
Quality is, and quality time with your client and personal attention goes a long way.
Yeah.
Doesn't always, it's not the end all be all for some people. It was for me. I wanted to make sure that I did different things differently. But, look, I've had clients along the way that, hell, I coached and they left me. And I've known them since they were 14, 15 years old.
Yeah.
All right. Trey Ambergy.
Yeah.
Dude left me. Twice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Twice he left me. But you know what? Look, it's all part of the business. You got to understand it. But I'd never changed my ways. I always kept who I was as an agent and what I set out to be as an agent. And that is a guy who cared about his clients, cares about his clients, will always look out for them in every single shape and form. And I'll always be there for, during the good times. Look, everybody wants the top dog.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to actually a client today that I'm thinking about signing, or he's thinking about signing with us too. And I was telling him, I was like, look, man, this is your career. I have a career. I can't tell you what to do with your career.
Mm-hmm.
What I can do is give you the pros and the cons. And what I can do is tell you my thoughts. But at the end of the day, it's your decision.
Oh, 100%.
So, I've always come across with that approach because it's their career. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm going to tell them when I think you should maybe do this. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to say, but it's your choice.
It's their choice.
It's your choice.
Yeah.
So giving the clients the personal attention does go a long way. I agree with that. It's not always the end all be all for everybody. Like Jabari Blash, he'd care less if I came and visited him.
Yeah.
But he'd call me when he needed something and we would keep in touch. And there's been a lot of guys like that. I've had a lot of guys along the way that are just very self-sufficient.
Right.
And then I've had a lot of guys that are just needy. Or me.
Yeah.
But so there's a fine line. Everybody's different. That's actually the cool part because you learn who people are too. And it's almost like a marriage. You kind of, it's like a marriage. I'm married to this guy. He's married to me. And now we could get divorced.
Yeah.
You could separate.
Yeah. Or we could live happily ever.
Or you could do it twice.
Yeah.
Like we did with Trey.
Yeah.
So, look.
Yeah. Break up and come back. Yeah.
I mean, look. And the first one was a bad breakup. Dude, text me. I'm on vacation at Lake Notley in Blairsville, Georgia with my family after I just saw him and threw him a party at Roger Dean when he came down here to play against the Hammerheads. So, and he texted me. He didn't call me. Did the same thing again twice. He ain't getting a third chance.
Yeah.
Never. But, once, shame on you. How does that go? Shame on you. Twice, shame on me. He ain't getting a third shot. It's baseball, but he ain't getting 3 strikes.
Yeah.
You got 2.
Yeah, you got 2 and you're done.
You're done. So, but, look, again, like I said, it's part of the business. But, I've stayed true to who I am as an agent. I've stayed true to who I am as a person that's caring, that wants to help. And look, when I started this, I didn't make any money. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Zero. Zilch.
I remember that, yeah.
Okay. I didn't make nothing. No money.
Mm-hmm.
So now I've done well, and I've done enough to put a name out there for myself and be in a large firm that I work with.
Yeah, which is nice.
Great. But I ran the shit by myself for years.
Yeah.
And after my mom passed, I felt it was important to be around more, because
for your kids,
for my kids,
yeah.
For the situation of how she passed, how young she passed, and just how that went. But, I wanted to make sure that I always was the person that I set out to be. And that's a good person with a good heart. Although it's business, it is a business.
Nothing personal.
It's nothing personal.
Just business.
It's just business. But I know that every time a deal goes down, I'm there for my guys all the time, no matter what. And even if it's not a deal, even if it's just unrelated to baseball.
Right. All right. So besides Ohtani, or as my son would call him, Shohei Ohtani,
hey.
Who's your top 3 besides him, free agents in baseball?
Free agents or
free agents on the market right now?
Oh,
you need a cheat sheet, don't you?
No, I don't need a cheat sheet, but
everybody's different.
That's a hard question to ask. And it's not because I'm trying to divert away from the question. It's just, there's so many guys out there. There's pitchers, there's relievers, there's catchers, there's first basemen, there's shortstops, there, corner outfields.
So here's the name that caught me off guard. And this is why I asked that question.
Sure.
I mean, I'm not worried about, Jorge Soler and Snell and Chapman and all, whatever. I mean, we all know they're going to rotate around or whatever. But Clayton Kershaw being a free agent, and he's been in LA for years.
Yeah.
It's funny because I was talking to a guy at the baseball field Tuesday night, and he was talking, but he's a big Dodger fan, loser. And and I said, so how do you feel about Clayton Kershaw? He goes, I don't think he comes back. I'm like, he's going to come back, dude. Like, there's no way they don't keep him. I mean, he's a Hall of Famer, man. They're not going to let him walk.
Right.
And I said, where else would he go? And he goes, do you know where he's from? And I'm like, I don't know.
I have no clue.
He's from Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And the Rangers have reached out, from what I understood.
Well, that's why I said the Rangers earlier.
Rangers got money, dude.
Well, it's not only about the money, Jeff. Now you won a World Series. People want to come to you.
Yeah. Now you got to have revenue come back in.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah.
And to draw people, you got to bring in the names. That's what the people never understood about the Yankees, man. It wasn't that they were trying to beat everybody out. It was that they had the money to spend to get the big names in there to put the butts in the seats.
Yeah.
That's what the Yankees were all about.
That's really what everything is.
That's what the FBI can never figure out.
Yeah, I like that, by the way.
Oh, good movie.
But it brings me to my next question to you. And it'll be my last one for a minute. I'm going to let you...
No, I've been talking a lot, man.
So I called you a couple of months ago and I said something about how hard is it to become a scout in baseball?
Yeah.
And you said, yeah, good luck. And I said, why is that? And you said, because it's all, digital now. It's all Moneyball. So I'm going to ask you this question. Did Moneyball, and I'm not talking the movie, I'm talking the real thing.
Right.
Did it ruin baseball for scouts and future on, or did it kind of help it, or is it almost like a neutral kind of ground? It's a tough question because
analytics is needed.
Yeah, I think you have to have it.
100%. Is it the end all be all of the game? No.
Yeah.
We did fine without it for years.
Yeah.
So has it ruined jobs or has it decreased jobs? Yes, absolutely, for scouts.
Yeah.
No questions asked. I know plenty of guys that I became very close friends with that will tell me the exact same thing. It's people getting fired left and right. When we had COVID, they minused out like 42 affiliate teams.
Wow.
It's, and I wasn't so much upset about the 42 affiliate teams, actually, because what I was thinking what was happening with baseball was it was just getting too log jammed.
Yeah.
Inside the system.
Yeah, I can see.
So guys that were really good, and this happened to me because I was around during, prior to COVID, obviously as an agent. And what I was noticing more and more is that even the guys that were really, really good weren't getting opportunities.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
Oh, that's got to be horrible, man. I mean, listen, I went to the NFL scouting academy and luckily I'm still friends with to this day. And I mean, I don't say that we have freaking Thanksgiving dinner with the guy, but I mean, I've known Alonzo Highsmith for many years and he's a great dude. And I think a lot of them, and he's the one that convinced me to go. I mean, obviously so did Coach Bowden, rest his soul. And it's one of those where they said that you have the mind frame to be a scout, but you have the mind frame that you can connect with other players because you've been in their shoes, just living life. So I really looked into it. And then when I found out how hard that is, I mean, who the hell wants to get out of a job where you travel and watch athletes all day long? Yeah, I don't want to leave that job. That would be wonderful.
Nope.
But I did find out how hard it was. So that's why I was like, well, maybe I'll just, stick with something else. And then, I don't know. Well, who's to know in the next 5 years when I win another championship at East Point and, and like I made a comment as a joke to the assistant coach last night. Jamie and I were talking about last night. I said, let's get rid of this Mike Schmidt looking statue that they have here. And I said, in about 5 years, we're going to put my fat ass up on that statue. and it's like I said, ongoing joke between me and them. But, also because we are live, by the way,
we're live,
and we're live on Instagram and everything else. And for future, because it will get posted. If you have questions that you want asked on this show for the next show, feel free to put them in the comment box. Drop us a comment, and we will answer those questions next Thursday between 5 and 6.
And we are going to have abilities to call in too. And we actually
Mike's hooking it up too.
Yeah, Mike. This place is legit. We're going to go over there and play pool in a minute. I mean, I got a pool table over there. So we're going to have so much different stuff going on the show. We're going to talk. We're going to no holds barred it. We're going to be sentimental about our children, and we're going to be, through the eyes of as fathers, as agents, as coaches, as just life in general.
Yeah.
But we want your interaction also, and we're going to have people on the show. Like I said, we're going to have some of my players, so we're going to ask some of those guys.
Yep.
We're also going to have, caller in. When we did this before, we had Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah.
We had Bobby Bowden.
Yeah.
We had Vanilla Ice.
Yeah.
We couldn't get more diversified. Martin Short. Who else? We had Kyle. The entertainment. I love Kyle.
Yeah. Entertainment critic.
Hi, Kyle.
Yeah. He was, and that's funny because he asked when we were doing this, he's like, you guys doing an entertainment segment I can jump on?
Oh, we'll bring Kyle in. Come on, man. It's like my little brother.
But it's going to be a good time.
No, we're going to have fun. But yeah, so you got questions, and also go follow us.
Yeah.
On Instagram. Go follow us at Diamond Deals Podcast on IG. We'll hook it up, and we got our creative design team through FLETL that's going to help us out, and Joe Zupo and Daniel. They're going to be editing our stuff. We're going to add some good stuff here. We're going to have a good time, and it's going to be fun, man. Like, again, I'm trying to I'm not trying to get away from my wife, but I'm trying to come out here and have fun and do something, take my mind off some of the other stuff that's been going on for a while. You know, just be thankful for everything that we've enjoyed in life so far, man.
Yeah.
Truthfully.
It's a good time to do it too. I mean, especially after Thanksgiving and you're still dealing with holiday time.
Yep.
So yeah, it'll be fun.
Hey, Mike, I think we're having a little problem with the IG. If you can help us out, if you're around. But yeah, so we are going to do lots of stuff to have fun. We'll bring on some people. Man, we're bringing your dad. I mean, he was our coach.
Yeah. Yeah, he was actually. Yeah, so was Nick Quinn's dad. Kevin was.
We'll bring in Quinny.
Yeah, he was.
Almighty Quinn.
He was a coach for us. Yeah, that'd be fun, man. I mean, it's almost like you go back to the old days and just look at the style of coaching they had then,
right?
Where there was no feelings involved. There was no. I mean, dude,
man, my dad told my coaches to beat me up.
It's funny.
He acts up. He wants you give it to him because I'm gonna give him when he gets home.
I told Jackson one day, which is my son. I told him one day. I said, the funny thing is, son, I was like, you get upset when they tell you that you got to run a lap or whatever. You get mad. Right. I said, I had coaches look me in the face and tell me that I was a piece of shit, and if you drop that ball again, you'll be running until you throw up all over yourself. And then when you're done doing that, take off your shirt and finish the job running. I said, you can't do that anymore.
No, man.
Like, now you can't do it.
I remember the first time I did a suicide.
Oh my God.
Ooh, buddy.
Dude, I
don't even think these kids know what a suicide is.
Basketball does. They still do them.
Yeah,
they still do them.
All right,
but those are the teams that are winning. Unfortunately, those are the ones that are winning because that stamina boost up.
Yeah,
but so that's brings since we were just talking about old days or whatever.
Old days.
What do you see in baseball that's changed compared to what it was 10 or 15 years ago? Where do you see baseball now? I mean, is it that much different, or is it pretty much the same that it was then? It's just different players.
That's a good question.
Thank you.
I think again, the analytics has played a role into it. We all know that. We also know that the crafty guys, and you're going to like this part of what I'm going to say. The Glavins, the Maddoxes, the Smoltz, the Cones, the Goodins. Those guys didn't throw 99, 100. Tell me, Jeff, did they throw 99, 100?
No.
Okay. But guess what? I think everyone I just mentioned is probably a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, they are. I mean, you look at Greg Maddox, he never threw more. I think his fastball was like 88 miles an hour.
They were pitchers.
Yeah.
They were pitchers. They were finesse pitchers. They hit corners. They did all the things that they had to do to make you be on your heels when you're in the batter's box. You didn't know what was coming.
Yeah.
And you didn't know what spot he was going to hit.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. Look, 99 for these guys with the strength that they have is a flat fastball.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything. When you have movement and you can paint corners, bro, come on. That's the pitchers I love. I don't know why we got away with that or got away from that. And all of a sudden thinking lighting up the radar gun was going to be, the end all be all. We had to see this dude throw 105. Aroldis Chapman lost in the World Series, guys.
Yeah, and threw 105.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's funny because, like I said, I blew it. Jackson asked me the other night, like, who was my favorite pitcher of all time? And I said, you mean besides Nolan Ryan? And he said, yeah. And I said, well, and the main reason why I say Nolan Ryan is he did throw that hard.
Yeah.
But he would throw a stupid curveball or whatever, and it looked like it fell off the table.
Yep.
But here's the funny thing, and I read an article on this several months ago. The radar gun was different back when they did it in the 70s and the 80s.
The radar gun was as long as his table.
Correct. And so when he's throwing 99 to 101 mile an hour then,
yep.
If you were to clock him now, he's probably throwing about a 106.
Yeah.
And they're like, dude, you guys have no idea how hard he is to hit. And then you throw somebody like Randy Johnson in the mix, who's like 6'10". So by the time he stretches already down, he's already halfway to the freaking plate.
Yep. Yeah. Look, the game has definitely changed. The guys have gotten bigger. They've gotten stronger. They've done all this stuff. And, at the end of the day, like, they are going to keep boosting these guys up, and not from a nutrition standpoint, from a speed and agility standpoint, from a weightlifting standpoint, all that stuff. So these guys are going to get even bigger and stronger and faster all the time. I want to do something too. I want to say hi to Mike Pitty. He just joined us in on the old IG. He's live.
Pitty.
Pitty. So The cool thing about watching the game still, though, for me, is just the competition of it.
Right.
You know, look, we had a Texas World Series this year. Nobody picked that. I mean, come on, man. I want to see the guy that actually picked that.
Nobody did.
Nope. I want to see those odds.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what they were.
I don't either. I know my team got out in the second round. So
remember that year we were at McKenna's place? Remember McKenna's place? Well,
oh yeah, that was a good place.
Yeah, my wife. She tracked me down. No, she's bringing the rings because I forgot them. I was a bad husband today.
Oh,
I got the cup and I got the banners and I forgot the rings.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Speaking of rings.
Anyways, so, you know, the deal is that I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? What were we talking about?
Where am I?
Where was I? Oh my God. I'm getting old, Jeff.
It happens.
Oh, my wife brought me. Is it? Oh, I guess so.
Oh. She didn't bring me anything?
Sure. Is this liquor? What are we got here?
Oh, that's
liquor.
All right.
Okay.
You don't even know her. Anyway, go ahead.
Go ahead, caller. Yeah. So, you know, back to what we were talking about, which I don't even remember what the hell it was, because it meant that much to me. What was her name? I don't remember. Anyways.
All right. So let's do this.
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
Go on to FLETL.
FLETL.
Yeah, I want to talk about FLETL for a second. So being it's a travel baseball league, for those guys that are listening that don't know what it is.
Yep.
Travel baseball league.
Yep.
Season's ending now. We're going to start spring up here soon.
Yep.
What was the idea behind it? I mean, was it
baseball needed to be better?
Fair enough.
Period in a story. It needed to be ran better. It needed to be a good situation and a good benefit and more beneficial for teams, coaches, players, and families.
Yeah.
Period in a story.
That makes sense.
Right. I mean, showing up to a tournament and the tournament director is nowhere to be found is not cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, again, I'm not making it about rings. I'm making it about giving the kids the recognition they deserve.
Mm-hmm.
Even just shaking their hand. Congratulations. So, congratulations. Give them a high five. Whatever. I watched it, you know, as a father watching it from the other side of that fence.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I was
hard, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, as an agent, and first of all, I wasn't watching 8-year-olds.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Maybe a little bit. I'll tell you what, man, I was in Color Bay the other day and there was some good 8-year-olds down there. But anyways, so when watching those kind of kids and watching the 16-year-old, 17-year-old, 18-year-old college kids and then pros, you lose sight of what's happening down below.
Mm-hmm.
So then now Dylan, my son, 11 years old, going to be 12 in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
And Dominic, 7 years old, I saw what the product was. And when I saw what the product was, I was like, really? This is what we're doing now?
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad. I mean, it's really bad. It's not only bad, it's really bad. Yeah. No, I mean, it's not, it's just, it can be done so much better. It could be done with class. It could be done with integrity. It can be done with morals. It can be done with excitement, benefits, college scholarships, opening ceremonies, not just, hey man, $350.
Yeah.
See ya.
Yeah.
Or hey man, $450 and a gate fee.
Yeah.
See ya.
Yeah. And here's a couple of rings.
I mean,
have a nice day.
It's not, I mean, come on. Like, make it fun. Make it enjoyable. Look, the best thing about us as kids, what is it? We remember what we did. Memories. I don't remember every single game, but I remember how special that place was to me. Yeah. I remember your dad coaching us. I remember Quinn coaching us. I remember Nikki and Nate and me and you and Danny Palmer. He should rest in peace.
Danny
Englert, Jesse. I remember all these guys, right? I remember, and we're going to get to Danny in a second. But I remembered the good times we had on those fields.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm trying to bring back. That's what we're trying to bring back. That's what FLETL is all about. Florida East Coast Travel League is about making the experience better. Period. End of story. It's not about your money. It's not about the rings. It's not about the banners. It's not about the trophies. It's about making the experience better. We're going to give you all that stuff, but we're also going to make you realize how it was when we played and how special those times were where you remembered the people that you grew up with. As I said, my son's godmother is from a kid that I coached.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to do that stuff. I want parents to enjoy being around the other parents and not fight with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want people to realize how good it is to make friends and be able to have them over your home and celebrate and go to birthday parties and all these things they do instead of just getting on the phone and just going like, okay, see you later.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, it's just bad. There's no camaraderie anymore. We did the stand up to cancer tournament. We had the opening ceremonies. Bro, we had a helicopter fly over.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We did stuff that was people were never going to forget. You think somebody's going to forget that?
No, I don't. And I'm 44 years old.
I won't forget it. And I won't forget the look on the people's faces when it happened. So that's the stuff I'm trying to bring back. I'm trying to bring back the love of the game, the excitement of the game, the competitiveness of the game. But I'm also trying to, and we're also as a group, as a Florida East Coast Travel group with our board of directors and all the great people that are involved with us.
Nice people, by the way.
Very nice people.
Yeah, very nice people.
All the great people that are behind us and doing all the stuff that we're doing with USSSA. I mean, man, you can't just decide one day you want to be USSSA. That's a national brand. I've been around since the 50s.
Yeah.
I just went to the national convention.
I didn't know that until you told me that the other day.
Oh,
I didn't know they've been around
unreal. And here they are entrusting us to be a part of them because they saw what we're doing.
Yeah.
They saw that we're going to actually physically, we're going to be here to care.
Right.
It's a business. Don't get me wrong. We put out some serious money to do this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And nobody likes to be in the red.
No, you don't ever want to be in the red.
No, but
eventually you will come out into the green.
Black.
Whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
Red, green. I'm going with Christmas colors, December 1st.
Oh, I see where you're going with that. Okay. But yeah.
My better half is a Christmas diehard. So my tree went up, I don't know, like 2 weeks before Thanksgiving.
Right.
So, and I think it's already been discussed that it's going to be a Christmas lights up until February.
Right.
And then they're going to go red for Valentine's Day and then green for St. Patrick's Day. And whatever.
Yeah,
it's fine.
I mean, I don't mean to drop that subject, but I was thinking as you were sitting here and we're over here talking about rings and everything else. That's what Sheila just brought me because I forgot them at the house. And I want to show everybody what we're giving out. And truthfully to me, this is not even the best part.
Yeah.
It's not. USSSA gets us rings for $4.99 a ring.
Damn.
It's not that it's cheap because I'm going to show it to you right now. This thing does not look cheap.
No.
Okay.
No, it looks nice.
Right. I mean, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Right.
It's upside down.
Oh, it is? Oh.
Upside down.
Upside down. I mean, it is a nice looking ring, right? We'll leave it right there.
Yeah, I like that.
All right. So that's $4.99. The banner that I got is more money than that for these kids.
That's usually,
I mean, that thing is legit. It looks like, it's nice. I'm not saying it's the best thing ever, but it's nice. It's presentable. It's classy.
Yeah. I mean, I'd wear it out.
But that's how much we get it because of a discount, right? $4.99.
Yeah.
Bro, that's the cheapest. That's $25.99 for a banner.
Let me do the math here, Phil. So $25.99, and you said it's $4.99 for the other.
Mm-hmm.
So it's costing you $20 more for the banner.
For a banner that they don't want.
I mean, I'll take it.
But
I would have liked the banner last night that said 16-0. I'm not going to lie to you, Jack.
Listen,
but I mean, here's the thing. I agree with you on one thing, especially when we talk youth baseball. I was told not too long ago that that I didn't rotate my lineup enough and I didn't move people around enough.
No, tell those people to go scratch.
And my comment to that is listen, man, I'm not trying to make memories of where they played. I'm trying to make memories of situations that they were in
and good times and
the good
laughter and fun in the dugout.
Singing, but that's what you're looking at, and I think that's where your comment with FLETL and how we're trying to change baseball in general, I think is a good thing, and I think these kids know that.
Right.
The ones that are involved in the leagues and they see it, I think they know that, and I think that's important.
Yep.
So I'm going to leave you off with one last question, and then we'll go ahead and
Yeah, we're gonna end the show. We gotta go to the
wrap it
playoffs.
up.
We gotta. Cooper City's playing against Hollywood Heat, and I gotta go over to the PLO and the Meta Prime game at 11U.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to Pembroke Pines. You're going to Cooper City. Have fun.
Yeah. Anyway, so
long drive.
For youth kids that are listening, because I know our kids are listening and things like that, and you've been in the game a long time. But give me 3 Major League Baseball players that these kids should watch to learn how to be better at being a baseball player.
Well, Ohtani.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I like Machado.
Yeah.
I actually know the guy that actually drafted him too.
Really?
Or signed him as the scout. Yeah, I like Manny. I like Manny Machado. I like Ohtani. I wish I could say Derek Jeter. He's not playing anymore. But that, look, not because I'm a Yankee fan. Derek did it the way you're supposed to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I hear a lot of things in the business. I hear a lot of different stuff, and people didn't like him, and he wasn't a good GM or he wasn't a play, whatever. What Derek did for me as a young man watching the game was showing me how you play with class, how you're a good teammate, how you are available for the press.
Yeah.
Never say anything bad about your teammates. Never say anything that's going to hurt your organization.
Yeah.
Not be a guy in the clubhouse that people can't stand. That was enough for me.
So my 3, and then like I said, and then
the hustle he gave.
Oh, dude, he was lights out, man.
I mean, Johnny Hustle.
100%. My 3, obviously, yes, was Ohtani. Was 1 just because of his range.
Yep.
Number 2, I'm believing I know they're on the same freaking team, but Mike Trout to me is just a phenomenal baseball player, but he's a great man off the field, and that's what I would want kids. You got to understand, there's more to life than just on the field baseball. You got to conduct yourself off the field. And my other one, because I am a cocky bastard, as we all know, is Ronald Acuna Jr.
I like Acuna. I think I said that to you earlier today. Acuna's a good player.
He's a cocky bastard, man, but he can back it up, and that's what I like. So
next time we're going to do for our next show.
Okay.
Favorite stadiums.
Ooh, I like that. Oh,
look again. The other thing is, and I know Mike Pitti, he's been going to a lot of stadiums out there, and kind of his goal was to visit all these stadiums, and that's cool. And I've been to a lot, obviously too. But look, like again, I want to thank you for agreeing to do this with me again, and
absolutely.
And you're not my co-host. You're my friend of 40-something or 30-something years.
Yeah, 30-something years, man.
And we're going to have a blast doing this, and we're going to come up with all kinds of good topics. But yeah, that's one I wanted to. But the other thing too, man, is I don't want to just make it about baseball. I want to make it about life.
Yeah.
Being dads, the eyes of life behind the scenes as fathers, and growing up with the game, and how to educate our kids, or how to respect it, or and again, not just about sports, but about life. My son just got the honor roll. Your son is doing great in school. He's playing travel baseball. All the stuff that we have as fathers, and how we've grown up, and our family is losing my mom, my dad disappearing to Colombia, and acting like he's Tony Montana out there, and whatever he's doing. But my family, how important family is to me now, and how I've realized that growing up, and moving on in my life, and becoming an adult, and becoming a father, and how badly I want to be around my family, the ones that I have left. I don't know a lot left, man. I lost my sister at a young age. Yeah. My mom died at a young age. My dad's gone. He might as well be gone. It's, I lost my best friend, Matt.
Yeah.
Just lost another person in my life, Vic, Matt's dad. So
yeah, he was a good dude.
Yeah, Vic was the best, dude.
Vic was awesome.
The best. But you know what? Like Patty, Grandma Patty, as she likes to be called, is like a mom to me, man. And I was going to say about Danny, and then we really got to go. Danny at the Boulevard. I love you, buddy. That's like family to me. We grew up in the same neighborhood too, and just like all the stuff that we've done over our years now, knowing each other, and the people we've met, and the people that have gone and not here anymore, and stuff like that. We're going to talk about them. Yeah. We're going to talk about it. We're going to keep their memory alive. We're going to laugh about the good times. We're going to cry. I'll cry. You going to cry?
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm a crier.
I mean, yeah, you are. But I don't know. Every now and then I have to.
I'll tear up here and every now and then.
But yeah, make sure. Speaking of Danny, make sure you go over and see him at the
Boulevard
Beach.
Best drinks, best food all day long.
And
the Boulevard.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're phenomenal.
Boynton Beach
I love
Boulevard
that.
and Congress Avenue, just right across the
And
street.
just
from
think,
the
I met him on the Bethesda team when I was 8 years old.
Yes, sir.
So I mean, I've known him almost 30 something years. I've known that guy.
Yes, sir.
So
All right. Well, we got to come up with some good stuff to like get out of the show, come into the show and get out of the show. We got to figure that out. But I just want to thank everybody. Look, again, being who I am, being a person that is grateful for things and the opportunities I've gotten. I want to say this. Thank you, everybody, for believing in what we're doing. Thank you, everybody, for believing in me, that gave me opportunities over the years. And we're here for you, and we're going to answer your questions and have fun with you.
that's right. So guys, for all you guys listening, make sure you guys keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars.
Thanks, Casey Gazem.
Have a good night.
Later, bud.